Well, let's try this again. I just making sure that it's actually streaming this time. Oh, no, I have to change this. There. I think we should be somewhat live, if that makes sense. I just want to check it. Yeah, we're good. So I don't know quite what happened. The scheduled broadcast, I think there must be a glitch in the time, because when we do a scheduled broadcast, what it does is it doesn't let me actually broadcast until the time that we've scheduled it for. And there's a little red button that says start broadcast, but it didn't turn on. So I had to quick like a bunny recreate one. So just give me a sec. Sit down, grab a coffee if you wish. I'm going to tie in my tablet, my whiteboard, right? And then we'll be good to go. So give me 2 seconds here to do that. And we should be away. If you want to check in, say hi, tell me how your weekend went. Did you learn anything? Should stumble over anything that was kind of frustrating you want to talk about? This is the Ask the Wizard almost daily coaching tip, but as you know, anything goes at the same time. So just check in. I'm away from the comments now, so I won't see them if you post them, but I'll be back in a second. So I just need to tie in my... There's a person with the same first and last name as me. They just have an extra A at the end of it. There you go. Okay, that should work. So if I go over here, don't mind me. I'm going to flip back to this just so we can see. Hey, Trace, good. Yeah, that was crazy. Gotta love technology. Sometimes it works. Other times it just drives you crazy. Anyway. Okay, so let's try this. So I'm just tying my tablet now. Sometimes I'll give you, or one time I will give you guys sort of a behind the screen scenes tour, if we can, of what this looks like from my end. Oh, hey, that looks promising. And if I go to the whiteboard, I should have a whiteboard. Let's see if we've got a whiteboard. Hey, should we try this? And 3, 2, 1. That looks like a whiteboard. Hey, look at that. So if I go this way, yeah, see the whiteboard. It's right over there. So I think we're rocking and rolling. Okay, let me just close a couple of things that I got open here now that we've got that working. And I think we should be just about there. I'll turn that off, turn that down, turn that here, turn that to whiteboard. There we go. There, and the comments seem to be coming in real time. Yep, the BeLive platform works really good. Well, I guess a few minor glitches, and they aren't even really that. They work. It's really amazing what it can do. Sometimes when you post a comment from Facebook on the live broadcast, there's a little bit of a delay before I see it. So if you're posting a comment and I don't acknowledge it right away, my screen's over here, so I may not have noticed it, or there's just maybe that bit of a time delay. Okay, I'm just going to share the feed on our fan page, and then we're good to go. I'll go here. I'll go here. I will go here. Helps if you talk to yourself, right? Dear. Just about. And let's try that one. Let's try that one. Like I say, go talk to yourself, right? Very important. They're rolling. Now I had all sorts of fancy little footers and stuff like this, so I'm just going to have to do these on the fly. So just so you know here. So this is episode 1 on May 29th. Episode 1, May 29th of Ask the Wizard, almost daily, coaching hints and tips. So, sorry, these are all done beforehand. So I'm just, like I said, doing them on the fly here. There. Cool. Ask the Wizard almost daily coaching tips. I actually did this a while ago, but purely with audio on a platform that was called Anchor, and that was fun. But now that the Facebook is flowing so nice, and I've got my flip chart, right? I got my flip chart over here, which of course, as you guys know, I love my flip chart, right? It really does add just a whole new dynamic to it. So on an almost daily basis at the same time, so 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, we'll be doing these. I'm going to try and keep these as close as I can to half an hour. Now, I get some leeway this morning because it didn't start right at 11, okay? So if I go past 11:30, not my fault, okay? As long as I'm around and I can get to some type of a connection, even when I'm on the road, I'll do my best to get it at 11 o'clock. Of course, as travel schedules go, sometime I might not be able to. Hence the almost daily coaching tip and hint. We love your flip chart. Oh, there's Trace, the other half of the Russ and Tracy show. Thanks, Trace. I love my flip chart too. Oh dear, somebody on? Yeah, the on-screen updates don't remember. That's okay. So, just finished up. I had a great weekend. I don't know about how your weekend goes and everything. I know Trace and I have chatted. Greg, the other half of the Straight Shooter Show, we've already touched base this morning. They've had a really neat weekend. Mary Jo and myself, we taught a master's class in Edmonton this last weekend. Shout out to all you ladies if you happen to be watching this live. If you do, check in and say hi. If not, you'll probably see it on the recording. I messaged you guys already, but we just had Mary Jo and I had a really great time with you ladies. It's so, well, fulfilling, but it's just fun. It's really just fun to study this material together. And really, as teachers, we're doing the same thing, right? We're studying the material as we're teaching it, and that's what's so fun with this. And so to have a group of you, like you guys, who is just really like interactive and really we're thinking about things, and you brought up some of the greatest questions and discussion topics and things like that, and we really do appreciate it. We're not just saying that because that's what you're supposed to say. We just really appreciate every one of you guys, because it's just such a neat experience from our side of the fence to do that. So thanks a lot. That was great. So I've been doing a fair bit of studying lately. We've been doing some broadcasts. The Russ and Tracy show, we've done a few broadcasts on what we call the exquisitely painful art of allowing. So the hashtag, I'll just actually put it on the screen. So if you want to check out any and all of the resources that we have, whether it's Facebook Lives, whether it's maybe an Instagram video, whether it's a picture post or things like that. If you just go to really any social media, well, Instagram or Facebook, and you type in ATW, so that's Ask the Wizard, Art of Allowing, right? If you just enter that anywhere on Facebook, let's say, you're going to get all our past broadcasts. What I'll often do, and I'll do with this one here, is I'll do like a little 2-minute kind of Reader's Digest version of it, so you can just kind of get the high points and that type of thing. Okay, so this is as it relates to the art of allowing, and we actually talked about this a fair bit on the weekend. I might not have titled it that way, but it was the same type of same flavoring of discussion. And actually, even Greg and I, we chatted a bit on the phone this morning, and what he was talking about was a really neat example of the point that I would like to cover today, right? So what is your role, right? What is our role in that art of allowing? Now, you've heard me talk a lot about, I know on all our broadcasts, really, we've talked about what we call the 5-step template for creating your perfect life, right? So if you go to, actually, while we're here, I'll just show it to you. So if we go to, hold on, I got to type it in. Don't look. Everything's faster if you don't look. If you don't look, it doesn't work. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to flip over to here. So, and I'll remove this just so it's easier. So, of course, this is our home site, right? So healingcenter.ca, right? If you go here, center is CENTER.ca, right? And if you scroll down to, so this, you'll see this, well, it's right on here. No, it doesn't. It just does all sorts of weird stuff. Okay, so you see this. I won't bother. So that free home study program. So I clicked on it. Oh, you're going to need a password. So the password is, come on, let me do this. The password is wizard, all lowercase. All right. And then you're going to get to, it's thinking. You're going to get to this. So you can just, oops, yes, we know. So you can scroll down. We've got a bunch of home study programs there. The one we're looking for is right there at the bottom. So the 5-step template for creating your perfect life. So if you click on that, it is free, right? If you wish to, share the love a little bit, there's different options you can choose there to send us a donation, and that's always greatly appreciated, of course, but you don't have to, right? So you click on that, this little button here called Access to Training, you click on that. And it's going to take you to something that looks like this, okay? And that's basically the course. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so let's go back to, see if I leave it here, see, we get all sorts of like weird, like video feedback because it's a picture taking a picture of a picture, yeah, right, that kind of thing. So there we are. So the first step, yes, is creating your vision, is creating your desired experience, and we've talked about that. That's not the topic I want to talk about in this broadcast, okay? So the topic I want to talk about in this broadcast is you've got that built, okay? You've got that built, you're doing your piece. So now what's your ongoing role, I guess, if you will, in this whole process of this art of allowing? And essentially, there's really, and I'm just trying to take something that takes like 8 hours and put it into 20 minutes here. Your number one job on a day-to-day basis. So we have an acronym, FFCH. So your job on a daily basis, on a consistent basis, is to FFCH. Okay, so what does that mean? Okay, let me go here. So FFCH stands for this. Oops, and I got to be careful because I've realized if I go to the top of the screen, I kind of lose you. So fun. I don't think I have this right. I got too many L's. Anyway, fun, fulfilled. Hold on a sec here. Fun, fulfilled, challenged. There we are. Yeah, there's got to be too many L's in there. Anyway, challenged and happy. Right. So FFCH. For me, fun, fulfilled, challenge, and happy. All of those are a feeling, okay? So let's just get back to this here. Okay, so where does that fit in this whole thing? All right, so I'm actually just going to put the whole flip chart on. Yes, there we go. See? There's Trace. That's perfect. Thank you for that. Do this, and we'll do this. So we create our desire, right? So this is your desired experience, right? You create the desired experience. And what happens is, and you've heard me talk about in past broadcasts about that creative flow, right? And we won't go into that details. If you type Art of Allowing, you're going to find it. Just scroll through my feed. You'll find some stuff on what that is and some discussions we've had on that. So there's this creative flow. This creative flow, one of the things that it does is it takes everything that's non-physical. So a desire is essentially non-physical, right? We imagine it, we think about it. It's non-physical. Physical. This creative flow takes everything that's non-physical and gives it form in the physical. Okay. So what I mean by that is there's this flow that flows like this. So, right. So we could call this, whoops, I can't spell. We could call this creative flow, right? So there's this flow that takes everything non-physical and makes it physical. Okay. So that's great. Okay. But there's one more piece to this, right? And this is the all important piece. And this is where the FFCH comes into play. In between the desire and the physical manifestation of the desire is you, or as we often call it, there is your I am, right? Your soul, your spirit, right? The you that's you, right? So every desire flows from the desire through you. We talked about this on the weekend. Your body is really a vibratory instrument. And what it does is it takes the desire. That desire creates a specific set of vibrations in your body, and the vibrations in your body create the physical, right? So our body, our being, our body is the translator that takes that non-physical desire and flows it through into the physical. Okay. Oh, hey, Enrique. Hey, cool, buddy. How you doing? So thanks for checking in. Enrique and I are related, but I'm not sure how. Sorry, buddy. I know Sean has got all the details. Sean is my sister, but thanks for checking in and saying hi. I really appreciate that. That's really cool. Can't remember where you live, but if you want to just punch in your comments where you live, that'd be really cool. Thanks for that. So our body is the machine or the instrument that actually facilitates that. Yes, there's this creative flow, but the thing of it is, we can determine how that creative flow manifests. Now, here's what I mean by that. And I'm going to go back to full screen just because it's easier that way. So the creative flow goes this way, right? We talked about that. But now here's the thing, right? We can change that direction of flow. And it's now it's not so much that we change the direction of flow. Think of it as a river, right? So the creative flow is a river flowing in one direction. But what we can do by changing the way we feel, right? That FFCH, right? So the way we feel, and it's often called this, right? Right? The way we feel plays a huge role in whether we are allowing that natural creative flow going with the current, if you will, or we are blocking that current, or we are refusing, if you will, to allow the current to carry us. So it's like we're on this canoe and we're following this current down the river, but then there's this big ass rock in the middle of the river, and then we hold on to the rock, right? Well, the current's still flowing, right? But because we're holding on to the rock, we're not flowing with it. So how we feel in any given moment plays a huge role in how effective and how quickly our desires are going to manifest. See, this is the thing. What is our role in the art of allowing? And this is kind of busy, so I'm just going to create a new one here. We'll just kind of do this quick. There's the desire, right? Fitting on the screen. Yeah, good for me. There's the physical, right? Here is that flow, right? Oops, didn't get, here is us, right? There. Okay, so this is us. So what is our role in expediting, or in many respects, allowing this to naturally flow through? It's monitoring how we feel. And just, okay, I'm going on a bit of a tangent here, but just kind of as a quick sidebar. For managing purposes, you can take every emotion and you can throw out the label of the emotion. Forget about that. Am I happy? Am I sad? Am I whatever, right? What I want you to do is, if you're when and as you're experiencing those emotions, what I want you to do is focus on what your physical body feels like when you're having this labeled emotion, because that's what you want to pay attention to, not the label. So an emotion will either do one of two things. It's either going to give you a set of sensations that we call pleasant, or sensations what we call unpleasant. When the sensations are unpleasant, your body relaxes. When the sensations are, I think I said that right. Sensations are pleasant, your body relaxes. When they're unpleasant, or we would call it a negative or a bad emotion, our body constricts, right? So now when I talk about paying attention to how you feel, don't get hung up on the label. What I want you to do is, are those sensations pleasant or unpleasant, right? Why does it make all the difference in the world? You probably guessed this already. Pleasant emotional experiences cause our body to relax, and guess what? That just, I don't know what color I've got here. There we go. That expedites that flow. It's flowing and you're rocking and you're rolling. I better go back to this, right? But here's what happens so often. We've not been taught. How am I doing for time? Well, I'm not too bad. We have not been taught, and we're just really crappy at it, probably because we haven't been taught to consciously create a pleasant set of sensations or a pleasant emotion in our body. And why? Because it's this. I think I can back this up. Here we go. Because for us, and now we're getting to the meat and potatoes of what mechanically is your role in this process. Because for us, we have been conditioned to allow the catalyst for us to feel, right? Or the cause that causes us to feel a certain emotion to be here. And it goes this way. You see, we have advocated the choice of how we feel in any given moment to our external physical circumstances. What we say is, if my circumstances cause me to feel FFCH, fun, fulfilled, challenged, and happy, okay, right? But if they don't, well, then I guess that's the way I feel. So we've given that power to create that experience in us to our physical, right? Which is it just sucks. Doesn't it? I mean, it just sucks, because if you look around at our physical, there's a whole lot more reason to feel crappy than there is to feel good so often. Isn't that the truth, right? And as long as you surrender to that, you're not going to be an effective manifester, at least at manifesting what you want to see, rather than just kind of throwing that out to the wind and whatever happens, happens, right? So let's see if I can just kind of back this up. Yep, we can. So, I mean, this, boy, it's going to be a lot. Okay. So here's the skill you're going to need to develop if you want to be an effective and efficient manifester of your desires, right? Not just whatever the physical happens to be telling you, right? And instead of the flow going this way, right? Or the relationship, I suppose you could see it that way. The relationship's going to go this way. So the skill that's important for you to develop is being able to consciously create, right? Consciously, right? When you think about it, this is kind of like by accident, right? In many respects, whatever the hell's going on up there, that's the way I feel, right? To consciously create an emotion or a set of pleasant physical sensations in your body. Okay, so here's what people say. People say, well, how the hell am I supposed to do that? Right? That's where's here we go. They say, how the heck am I supposed to do that? Right? I'm surrounded by this physical over here. How am I supposed to just consciously feel happy or whatever? Right? Well, I can't do that. Well, you know what? Yes, you can. And you're doing it all the time. And you've probably done it today already. And guaranteed you're going to do it several times for the remainder of today. Why? Because this non-physical desire, you want to know what else lives up there? I'll just put it, because I'll go, yeah, you won't see it here. Memories. Memories. See? You've all thought of a memory or a projection into the future, right? And that has caused you to feel certain sensations, hasn't it? See, why do we call a good memory a good memory? We call a good memory a good memory is because when we think about it, we feel good, right? So when you're thinking about a memory that causes you to feel good, guess what? Now you're enhancing the flow. But a person may go, yeah, but wait a minute, I'm not visualizing like my desire. Am I not supposed to visualize my desire? Well, yes, but the only reason we do that is to get clarity. See, I think this is the thing that often trips us up, is that so often we focus, I got to get this right there. I go this way. Okay. So often we think that I just got to visualize. And if I don't visualize, then it's not working. But for me, the primary reason for visualizing is that you gain clarity on what you want. And then the creative flow will start to carry that through. So that in so many cases, you don't necessarily have to visualize to make it happen. What you need to do is get your ass out of the way. Right? Because so many times, well, I'm making a mess out of this, but that's okay. You see, so many times we think about desire and then, oh, this probably won't show up. Hold on, different color. And then we look here to see if it's showing up yet, right? That's what we do, don't we? That's what we do, right? Did my visualization, is it here yet? Oh man, it's not here yet. You see, as soon as we do that, now we're going that way again. Every time you check here to see if your desire is showing up, and then you go, oh, there we go. Why hasn't it not showing up yet? What, am I doing something wrong? It's not showing up yet. Oh, maybe this stuff doesn't work. See, all that kind of stuff, you're doing this every time you do that. And yes, it's really easy to do because as a society, we've been taught that's what you're supposed to do, and that's the only way to do it. But to be an effective manifester, you're going to have to develop, and this is like Esther Hicks 101, for any of you that follow Esther Hicks, right? You're going to have to develop the skill of desire, right? I'll do a little bit high. No, we're okay. So there's desire, right? Physical, there's you, okay? There's the flow, right? You're going to have to develop this skill of consciously creating a sensation, this skill here. And so here's what I want you to do, and I'll wrap it up now. Here's what I want you to do. Just kind of on an ongoing basis, every once in a while, stop and ask yourself the question, And the question is, what's my body telling me? Right? Not even so much what emotion am I feeling, but what is my body telling me? Am I feeling, oh, yeah? Or am I feeling, right? Because that's your indicator. Pay attention to that. And if you're feeling this, right, what's the first thing you're going to do? You're not going to look at your physical circumstances, because then you go, oh, yeah, that's why I feel like crap. Got it. Oh, yeah. Or what you're going to do, we are weird creatures. We are weird creatures, I tell you. What you're going to do is you're going to look here to figure out the reason that you're feeling that way. So here's the way it flows. Oh, I got writing all over the place here, but I don't care, right? Again, we've been so conditioned to do this, right? This creates the emotions. So then when we feel that, we go, so why am I feeling this way? So guess what we do? Then we look here to figure out why we're feeling the way we feel. But this probably hasn't created it. This has created it. But if you look here to find that reason, then you're going to find the reason. Now you're hitting it from this side too. And you're as messed up as this picture is. Right? You see, your job is to do whatever you can. I believe it's easier said than done. It definitely is a skill. Your job is to visualize, is to remember, is to create something in your thoughts that will cause you, at least in a varying degree, to feel right. You see, that's why your job, your only job, is to feel, there's Trace, perfect, is to feel FFCH, fun, fulfilled, challenged, and happy. When you're feeling that, you are now flowing with the creative flow. And as long as you keep doing that with mathematical certainty, your desires will manifest. And if that's all you do, you won't have to look for a lot else to do. Trust me. It's a kind of an ongoing task, right? Monitor, shift, monitor, shift, monitor, shift. I really don't care whether you go to your happy place, that memory, right? Oh, yeah, I remember that spot. That was so good, right? And the only reason you're doing it is to feel good, right? Now here, you can visualize your desires, right? But you're not visualizing your desires to make them happen. You're visualizing your desires to feel good, because the only thing that matters is feeling good, right? I'm just going to put the hashtag up here again for folks. That's the only thing that matters, because that's your indicator of, am I going with the flow, or am I holding on to that big ass rock? Which is one of the best ways, again, to hinder, if not damn near stop cold, this manifesting flow. Perfect. All right, guys. Thanks for checking in. I really do want to keep these as close to half an hour as I can. Thanks, Trace, for showing up and saying hi. Thanks, Enrique. Now, Enrique, there could be some other comments. Like I said, sometimes the comments from Facebook have a little bit of a delay before they show up here. So, but I'll be checking this, of course, afterwards. I will reply to them then. Thanks again for tuning in. Let me think. What else? Oh, actually, something that I wanted to show you real quick, and then I will let you go. You probably will have heard us talk about this or seen this. I just wanted to show you this. So this is our manifesting home study program, okay? And we do weekend workshops in it. Many of you have been to them. What we've done is we've taken the kind of the nuts and bolts of that and made it and developed this home study program. There's like the 200-page manual. There's all sorts of training videos and meditations, manifesting meditations and stuff like that. So, excuse me. So it's a really excellent home study program, I have to say, right? Really comprehensive. I believe, I have to look. So it kind of looks like this. So if you go to Forgot what I called it. Hold on. Dear. I believe if you go to, oh, that's not what I want. I think it's manifesting. Hold on, I gotta check this out. Manifesting home study .healingcenter.ca, I believe will do it. See if I'm right. Oh, I am. Good for me. Okay, so if you go to www.manifestinghomesteady.healingcenter.ca. It's a little bit long, but hopefully it's pretty much straightforward. So manifestinghomesteady.healingcenter.ca, and it will take you right to this page. You scroll to the bottom. The price, the tuition for it is $277. But if you message me and say that you saw it on this broadcast or the recording of it and would like it, we'll knock another $100 off. Okay? So if you would like this, it's really a good quality program, I have to say. It really is a good one. And yeah, if you would like it, message me, let me know that you saw me talk about it on this broadcast or again in the recording, and then I'll send you a link where you get another $100 off. So $177, which actually, considering all the material in here, it really is an excellent price. Really good value, I have to say, even though I created it myself. Well, we created it. It's me yattering on it. So, well, folks, it's been fun. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking your time. And comment, share. We're all in this together, right? It's the community where the power is. So, Ask the Wizard, almost daily coaching and mentoring tips, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, almost daily. So I always schedule these ahead of time. Let me think what else. Yeah, I'm sure all of you guys are following. If not, send me a friend request, because then you'll get the notifications and stuff like that from there. All right, send me your comments, send me your questions. They could very well be the topics for another show, and we'll see you on the web.